Okay. All right, boys and girls had some darn trouble there. Don't know what the story was, but it was tough getting in this evening. Hope everybody's doing all right. Welcome. Welcome. Good evening, friends and neighbors. Welcome once again to the Rabun County Rag, where the mountains meet the microphone and the stories roll like fog through the valleys. Y'all go ahead and start sending me some chats. Go ahead and let me know what's going on, where you going, what you doing. Uh, Let me hear from you this evening. You know, fall has painted these hills in shades of gold, scarlet, and russet, and the air has that crisp bite. It makes a man thankful for flannel and a hot cup of coffee. There's truly nowhere else I'd rather be than right here in this corner of the world we call home. And before we go any further, let's remember what keeps us all grounded. We are a community of like minded people with common interest in hunting, fishing, protecting our community, culture, families, and environment. We come here to exchange ideas, resources, and information. So settle in, whether you're cleaning your rifle, tying some flies, or picking through your lures, or just rocking on the porch or next to that fire. This one's for all of us who lives and calls Raven County home. All right. Everybody doing okay this evening? I got this darn new microphone, and if I turn my head, it seems to lose, and then I don't know. I'm trying to I'm trying to trying to work things out. Y'all let me know how it sounds, and it's probably going to have some noise as I try and move it around here. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. Hope everybody's doing wonderful. Go ahead and send me a, what do you call them things? A chat. What is that thing? Anyway, yeah, chat or whatever. Call. Send me something. Let me know what's going on in your world tonight. Uh, Y'all been hunting, fishing? What's going on? Boy, I tell you what, I've had quite a week. I had a, I went for a walk on Monday. If any of y'all familiar with the Black Rock territory up there, took the East Edmond Trail up to the top of the hill there. I guess you park in the lot by the lake and go up Taylor's Chapel and then up the hill on the, I get the two confused. I guess that's the East Edmond, and took it all the way to the top and ran into the intersection of the West Edmond, and came back down the hill and crossed the road. And well, no, actually, this week I went Taylor's Chapel all the way to Black Rock, and then took Black Rock to Germany Mountain, and took Germany Mountain to the West Edmond Trail, and came back down and took that little cut through there and down to the east where you cross the bridges there at Taylor's Creek. And boy, that was quite a walk. Whew, Lord. That walk on Germany Mountain, that darn thing, boy, about whipped me. But it was a beautiful morning. It was nice. I enjoyed it. Got the old blood pumping and everything flowing. It was real nice. I really enjoyed it. Saw a few deer. Uh, I guess one Friday before that or whatever. I don't know if I mentioned it already or not. I was walking that old Edmond Trail, and man, I heard a racket, tree falling, and all kinds of racket. I couldn't figure out what it was, and I kept rolling up through there, and I got there and I figured it out. Old Bear had found a stump, and he was tearing it up, digging for grubs, and you could tell where he was eating some mushrooms. He's having a good old time up there. I guess the old standard feed's running dry on them, and they trying to bulk up before they crawl in the hole and take a nap. I'm not sure, y'all. Uh, some of you more experienced mountain people, let me know. Educate me, let me know. Anyway, deer season seems to be in full swing. Uh, Gun season opened this past Saturday, October 18th. And from what I'm hearing, it's been a good one so far. Had some reports from Raven Gap to War Woman Creek say the bucks are on the move early in the morning and just before dusk. Says several fine 8-pointers have been checked in locally, and the cooler weather keeps the meat sweet and firm. Now, statewide, Georgia's harvest numbers are up 8% from last year, likely thanks to the favorable weather and solid acorn production. Now, remember, it's not the size of the rack, but the size of the story that lasts the longest. There's still some seasons open out there. Got archery. It's been open quite a while now, and it runs through January 11th. And then, of course, you got the bear through January 11th. And squirrel, that runs way up into February 28th. Boy, them old tree rats, a couple of them got squished on the road. I guess they getting a little frisky and losing their minds out there. Rabbit season is November 15th. I hadn't seen them rabbits I had around here in a while. I'm not sure what's happened to them darn things. I guess they just hide now, whatever. Anyway, y'all let me know how the stream health is looking. Says I got an excellent connection. Old Starlink probably doing pretty good tonight. Trapping season opens in December. The first day of December, runs clean to February. Anybody got a story for me on the deer, how they're doing out there? What's happening? Everybody doing good? Any of you hunters had any luck? Let me know what you got so far. Let me know what you're seeing. Let me know how it's turning out for you. I'd really like to know. Anyway, I tell you, it's been a busy week for me. Let's see, Monday, what did I do Monday? Boy, I could get my journal out. I know I scribbled a page full on that thing. Regular thing, take off the trash, go for a walk, pick up the mail. Let's see, what did I do? Yeah, I scripted a couple videos. Had the early morning Bubba live stream, 5 a.m. Did that, and then took off the trash, went for a walk, came back, scripted a couple videos, and I might have done that Tuesday. Tuesday, I did a bunch of stuff. I had to get my journal out. Yesterday, I went down to Atlanta. Well, I had to. What did I do? I went for a walk yesterday morning. Went down there to I guess that's Lake Tougaloo down there. The impoundment on the Tallulah Falls there. And I forget the name of that trail. I normally try and remember what trails they are, what I'm walking, but heck, I can't hardly ever remember my name, much less where I'm at. And then Today. Yeah, I got up this morning and edited those 2 videos I recorded. Got them all edited down, and yeah, and then had to go see a guy down there in Habersham about what is that, an MRI, some kind of imaging thing I had to go see about. And came back, and I had a package in the mail from Amazon. I'd ordered some moving blankets and put them on. Part of the studio back there opens up into another part of the man cave, and the HVAC and dehumidifier and all that's over there. And when I'm sitting here making videos or recording or talking to y'all, their darn old AC or heat will kick on, and it gets, excuse me, gets a little loud. So I ordered them blankets and a rod, and I'm trying to reduce some of that noise coming back, provide a better audio on these videos and live streams. But anyway, that's what I've done all day today. That took me, so I had to quit right in the middle of it and go to darn Home Depot. I had a bunch 1/4-inch staples. I used them to put some plastic on the wife's chicken coop, and that was fine for that old I don't know, 7-8 mil plastic at 1/4-inch staple. Go in real good, and you can pull them out real easy. But it didn't work on these darn no moving blankets, because I was kind of stapling some of it up near the roof. There's a couple places that you got to go, because it doesn't have a drop ceiling or anything, and I had to get up there and staple it to some of them floor joists, and them 1/4-inch staples. The weight of the, can y'all hear that old heater coming on? Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But the weight of them old moving blankets will pull them staples out. So I ran to the Home Depot and got some 3/8 and 1/2 inch. And 3/8 seemed to do the job. We'll see in a day or two if they start falling down around my head. We'll know I got them too short and go back around and staple them again. But I got all that. Had to cut them blankets and everything else, cut them, fit them to sizes and all kinds of crazy stuff. But it's done. I hope it helps. But and then I had the script for the show today. Me and Pluriforia there, we got together and scripted out some stuff for the show. She did some research to help me talk about the deer season, how that's doing. And then I got ready to go on and do the live stream, and it got all crossed up. When you think you got it figured out, you don't. You just don't. You don't have it figured out. And gotten a tizzy trying to figure it out and get it going. And but here we are. We got it, and we covered that old deer season. I'd like to hear about how your deer season's going. And daughter and son-in-law, I don't guess they had too much luck. They done got that old buck too fat. He avoided the chase for them this past weekend. But we did have the opportunity to have the grandson over. Saturday I had to go to darn Tucker, Georgia. DeKalb County. Oh, Lord. Man, I've been to Atlanta twice this week. Whew. I wonder why my darned old back was hurting. Went down on Saturday. Had a cousin pass away. I had to go down there. Well, I didn't have to. Went down there to visit with her family and catch up with them and hug a few necks and reminisce and all that stuff, and beat feet back up here Saturday night. And grandson was spending the night again, so his folks could try another round of getting that buck there. They've been grooming out here. And Sunday, what did I do Sunday? I tell you what, It's semi-retired thing now. I've been home 3 weeks now. I ain't been hanging around the house here, spending more money than I want to. But I was grateful for it. I still ain't got no good boots. Yeah, y'all let me know what kind of boots y'all like to buy. Now, I you know, I'm getting to the age now where I want a good pair of long-lasting boots. Y'all tell me what kind of boots y'all use. I'm really interested. Y'all might hear a little noise. I'm gonna see if I can get this thing adjusted a little more. This old microphone business. You're supposed to keep them. I don't know. They got me confused on the whole thing. Y'all let me know how it sounds. I might check it out later in the morning or something. Anyway, we are in the middle. We just finished up the hunt report and moving into fishing. Anybody been doing any fishing in this cooler weather? It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fall weather. Landscape is absolutely ablaze with the colors, and the cool mornings really, really make it nice. Hell, I got to working down here this morning, or this afternoon, broke a sweat, and I think, dang, it's hot. Opened up the basement door and still sweating. And then before started this, I went upstairs to get a bite to eat, and it was colder than hell upstairs. It was 64 degrees. I said, good Lord. So I turned the heat on, and now we get to listen to it blaze away during the live stream and see how well this noise treatment I put up is working. I guess I'm a little more sensitive to it since I'm trying to provide good audio. But anyway, Lake Burton says the bass is schooling near mid-lake points. It says hit them on spoons or top water walkers. Seed Lake, crappie bite is steady, best at dusk with live minnows. And of course, Lake Rabun, they still hanging in with the catfish at 15 to 20 feet. That Tallulah River now, that thing is clear and cold, I tell you what. But the trout are going down. It looks like they'll be going down soon, and you'll be stuck to hitting them with nymphs and spinners. I got an old cuff thing out there that I got some nymphs I tied and put on there, and getting ready for that. I need to go do that. Nah, I don't want to do that. I do, but I don't. Ain't nobody really watching. Yeah, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it. I ain't got the camera set up. I ain't got not a thing ready to go. So I'm going to just sit here and jabberjaw around and see if anybody pops in and participate with us this evening. I tell you. Got new phones for the wife and I a week or so ago. Well, 2 weeks now. Boy, that's aggravating this thing of getting a new phone, ain't it?
I take one look.
Uh-oh. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's see what else we got. Let's see if I got some music. Let's see some. How about some Chet Atkins style rockabilly? Y'all let me know how that sounds. I'm just sitting here fooling around. They say that a hunter's 3 favorite seasons are deer season, turkey season, and bragging season. Y'all got any bragging going on out there? You can call up. You call me if you want to. Send me a message and we'll hook up and you can call into this show. I got it worked in. I keep waiting on a darned old what you call it, a junk call, so y'all can be in here with me when I take them spam calls. Oh man, it's getting weird too. You know, they're hijacking. Who are they hijacking now? Harmon, Atlanta AT&T. Yesterday I got one from Fulton County. ECT Telecom, Eastern Airlines, not Eastern Airlines, Atlanta Airport. These old spam callers, Coca-Cola, Delta Airlines. I get a phone call from Delta Airline, and it's Billy, who sounds suspiciously like Habib from Cabal on the line there, and trying to, hey, have you heard? I bet it's some old government employee. Covered that before. Them old government employees selling guy at the Social Security office. He tapped in the computer and sold all our names to some knucklehead over for $10,000, sold him 1 million names, and they got these automatic dialers that call everybody up trying to find some sucker who they can convince to purchase Bitcoin with the with the credit card, and then to go deposit the Bitcoin in a Bitcoin thing, and they you know, your son is in jail, and the only way we could get him out is if you go get $10,000 in Bitcoin and take it to the 7-Eleven. That's right. See my cousin Harvey, who looks a lot like Patel. Danish. He's so crazy. The whole thing is just going to hell. I swear it is. It's a technological nuclear nightmare. It's just a noise. It's always a constant noise. You never get any peace. It's crazy. I don't understand. Well, I'm the kind of guy, didn't have anything but a house phone and had to have quarters to make a pay phone call. And then we had pagers, and then, you could text, and then you had the old bag phones and the old flip phones, and then smartphones, and then you can't have a house phone anymore. Boy, them son of a bitches calling every 30 seconds on the house phone trying to sell you something. It's amazing anything gets done anymore with all the junk. Oh, man. One fellow told me the other day, he shot at a deer. He says, I missed him clean, but it was the most beautiful miss you ever saw. Oh, my goodness. Sure enough, though, serious moment. We'll leave Habib out of it, or Kamal from Istanbul or wherever he's from. But hunter safety reminder. This week, think about preparation and patience. Check your scope before daylight, not after. And make sure if you're a tree climbing dude out there, make sure you use a full body harness. Get one from work or something. Or hell, call me. I got some retractables. I got some full body harnesses. I'll loan you. Some of them practically new too. I don't want to see anybody fall, man. It puts you out of commission. Can't make a living. Can't go deer hunting. Can't do nothing. And don't leave a loaded gun in or against the vehicle. Stand it up against the tree for a minute or against your truck and fix you a cup of coffee, and that darn old gun is you don't want to take any chances. Make sure you know your backdrop too. They say that bullets don't have reverse. I've never had a bullet that had reverse on it. And above all, keep calm. Safety starts the moment you decide to go hunting, not when you pull the trigger. That a wise old timer told me one time. He said the best safety is on a gun. On a gun is the one between your ears. I think it's Davy Crockett was giving instructions to some young kid about shooting a rifle. He says, make sure you're right and then go ahead. So keep that kind of stuff in mind. What do we got left here? And just sit here flipping through all these notes. Anybody got anything to talk about? I'd appreciate a comment or a question or something to change the atmosphere in this chat and this stream. We've been doing this thing quite a while now. I'm pretty sure my skills have gotten better. I haven't gotten any attendance. Of course, I hadn't been advertising either. You know, most guys, they get out there and start these old live streams or whatever, and they get real braggadocious about it. And I don't know. I'm just trying to, have a little community thing here, and I've not seen much activity. I run the YouTube algorithm in Rabun County all the time, and I don't ever see much current stuff. There's been stuff through the years, but I don't see anything that's even remotely regular, I don't think. If I'm wrong and you're watching this, or you watching this on the replay or whatever, let me know. I'd like to hear from you. Anyway, how we doing on that old background music? That old Chet Atkins style stuff. Oh, Western swing. Is that what? Let's listen to that. Is that Western swing or is that rockabilly? I like it anyway. If y'all have another style you like listen to, now I do like a little rock and roll on occasion, but I just don't know if it. Oh man, my back hurting. Up and down that ladder, you get up there and stapling stuff on the roof. You're in an odd position. Yeah. Especially when you get 60s, man. Lord knows them old boys that keep after it when they're in their 70s. Bless their heart. That's an old goat there. That's a goat, boy. I don't know if I'll be like that or not. I'll make every effort. And if you're an older fella in your 70s, you still hustling every day, call and tell me, or send me a message and let me know. Let me know how you handle it. Does it hurt? Does it hurt every day, or are you just that fit it don't hurt? I stay against it pretty good. I am carrying a few extra pounds. I'm working on that. But man, it hurts all the time. My daddy told me, he said, boy, if you're going to get old, you better get tough. And he's 86. And he talks about it hurting all the time. Everything hurts all the time. I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing with him. Guess you got to have a sense of humor when you get old too. You older fellas, let me know now. I need guidance. I asked Pluriforia to do a little history spotlight, and I said, how about a little bit of something on Dillard, Georgia? And, Dillard sits up there in the northern part of Rabun County, and it was founded around 1823 when John Dillard, a Revolutionary War veteran, let's see, 96 is when the war ended. Is that right? 96? Is that when the war ended? 96. So if he joined when he was 17, so he was 96. He might have been in his 30s, and Revolutionary. If y'all know anything about John Dillard, y'all let me know. I'm kind of interested in him, but he apparently was a Revolutionary War veteran who moved here from Virginia. He brought his family, his tools, and a deep faith in the mountain soil. Now, the Dillard House, which many of us know today, or it was not it just recently, was known for fine Southern cooking. Started as a simple family home built in 1917 by Carrie and Arthur Dillard. Their hospitality was legendary. Travelers would stop for a meal, and by the time dessert hit the table, they were already been invited to stay the night. From those roots, the Dillard community blossomed. It's a mix of farm, trade, and that down-home kindness that still makes it special. I'd like to know a little more about that old Dillard family, y'all. Y'all watching this, send me something. Maybe I need to get on that old Facebook thing. All right, moving along. What time is it? It is 6:35. Been going at about a half hour or so. How about that old Foxfire? I try to mention that. Look at them glasses. Good Lord. I don't know if y'all can see the dirt in them things or not. Old men walking around with dirty glasses. But the Foxfire Program and Museum remain a jewel in Rabun County's crown. Founded in 1966 by Mr. Elliot Wigington and his students. You know, Foxfire began as a way to preserve local wisdom. Those early interviews gave rise to the Foxfire books, treasured worldwide nowadays. The Foxfire Museum and Heritage Center in Mountain City stands as a living village of blacksmiths, log cabins, and artifacts that whisper the lessons of self-reliance. One of my favorite Foxfire quotes says, "The past is not behind us. It's the foundation beneath our feet." Amen. Amen. Boy, it's interesting when you get out and in the wilderness around here and, well, with the established trails, and you recognize that stuff that you find old homesteads, old spring houses. Sometimes you find the old fireplace still standing, and it's interesting. And you think about it, boy, that was hard scrabble life, boy. I'll tell you what. You think some of y'all's tough. Them old boys, they was slight of build too. You know, back then they weren't big men. They was probably average height 5'5", 125 pounds or something like that. And manhandle a mule and shovels and break rock and work from sun up to cank. And cooking meals on a hearth. I don't guess most of them lived much past the mid-60s or so. But boy, they lived a life, and it was a full life too. Hard work and praising God. That's interesting concepts there. You know, they knew the story. They knew what it was all about. They were just passing through. All right. How about some local events? Things like that that's going on. I read the Tribune this front page is some old boy. I tell you what, I don't even want to go over it. It's bad. It's some bad news. it's kind of like a lot like the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. It's a liberal old rag, but at least it has community events and it covers sports pretty well. Now I'll give Rabun County Clayton Tribune that boy they got the sports. That's a good thing. It's better than some of the other stuff, I reckon. But anyway, there's Pluriforia and I went through it, and there's a couple things happening coming up you might find of interest. Of These Mountains Fall Marketplace, Saturday, November the 1st, downtown Clayton. Over 100 local and regional vendors for handmade goods, crafts, food, and music. That's on the first day of November. And then we have Twin Rivers Challenge. That's this Saturday, by golly. Says Tallulah Falls, sponsored by the Tallulah Falls School. Cyclists from across the southeast ride 25, 46, or 70-mile routes through Rabun and Habersham. It'd take me all day to ride 25 miles. Some of these pools you got to go through around here. I wonder if they allow them electric bikes. You be pedaling and bang, sweating, pedaling, and then you hear a guy pass you on an electric bike. You're smiling, enjoying the ride. I wonder if they let them participate. If you know anything about that, let me know. I'm interested. I might sign up for it if I could ride one of them electric bikes. Then I have to go buy one. I don't know if I want to. There's some people out there now. I've seen these old boys. They get them electric bikes and they hot rod them. They can get in there and mess with the circuitry on them things and change out this and that capacitor and they get them darn old things blazing. Anyway, if you're into that kind of bicycling thing, I guess contact Tallulah Falls School and they'll tell you all about it. Now, Purple Thursday, that's today. I don't have any purple on, but if you're sitting at home and you got a minute, run up and put something purple on, cause it's Violence Awareness Month and it's Faith's mission to promote safe relationships. I believe in a safe relationship. All right, here's something. You know, that's I guess that's Saturday after next. It's the 6th of November. I don't know. Let me look at the calendar. Little new phone, boy, you don't give it the kind of thumbprint it wants. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, not this Saturday. And not next Saturday. So it's Friday. Friday on the 6th of November. Anybody know who's sponsoring that? Is it the veteran, VFW, or who's sponsoring that? It's at the Dillard House. It's free for veterans and $10 for spouses. You know, if somebody's listening to this, let me know. I might be interested in paying for some spouses. You know, it's them spouses at home, they're just as important as them folks in the field fighting the battles. So excuse me, I'd be more than happy to sponsor or pay for some spouses to join their spouses there. I guess it's for all veterans. It doesn't define. You know, those old World War II veterans, they getting a little thin. There ain't many of them left. I don't know how many more years they'll be able to make those trips overseas to those special places. Boy, those were men. We need more like them. Not just their ability to fight, but the spirit that they had to have to go through the kind of things that they went through. We could sure use more men like that today. Anyway, if you know anything about that, get in touch with me. Let me know. I'd like to take care of some spouses. Early voting. Hey, vote. One party says vote early and vote often, but make sure you get out there and vote, okay? It's your civic duty. And it's a right, too. You don't vote, you'll sure lose it. There's a bunch of them nowadays. I believe they take your right to vote away in a heartbeat. Vote. Get out there and vote. Continues through October 31st for local municipal races and state referendums. It's them referendums that bother me. They word them darn things in such a crazy fashion. You don't know whether you're for it or against it when they get you to vote for it. So study that stuff. Just don't vote. Matter of fact, I might do that tomorrow when I come back from taking a walk. Ooh, man. Yesterday when I took my wife to Atlanta, I almost didn't do it. Go for a walk. I said, nah, man. I don't want to get out there and walk. But after I'd done it, I felt so much better. And I was ready for bed that night. So if you don't have a regular exercise program, get one. And the hardest part is getting started. I did it. Try to lose a little weight. Doctor says, well, that walking's good for you, but you got to run a little bit of a calorie deficit to get some of that weight off. I said, yeah, I know, doc. But I do like to get walking, flush that old cortisone out, or all that bad stuff that you gather up in your body while you're sleeping. And at least it makes you feel better, whether you lose any weight or not. At least you can carry it a little easier. Anyway, tomorrow morning, I guess I'll get up and I'll probably go up there I've been wanting to do that Tallulah Falls walk where you do all them stairs and stuff. I ain't worked up to it yet. I don't even know if they open that park as early as I like to get up and go anyway. I'm normally start walking, doing my hike. It's still dark out. I love to get up there. I take my camera everywhere I go when I go for a walk. I just never know. Some days I don't take weeks I don't take a single picture, and then one day, shoot, I'll take 100 pictures, it seems like. If y'all would like to see some of the stuff I take pictures of, send me a comment. Y'all, if I get a comment that says, hey, show us some of your pictures, I'll put together a slideshow or something. Maybe put together a little story where I was at and what I was feeling. Those early morning walks, that's good for the mind, body, and spirit. I think everybody ought to do it. Me, I like to get out there early. I used to drive to Atlanta dang near every day for a while there, and I used to tell people I'd get to watch the sun rise and set every day, and how lucky I was compared to most people getting it's people talk about how beautiful sunrise is or how beautiful sunrise set is. I get to see both of them. Anyway, let's running on here. This old mountain preacher, one time he says there'll be no hunting in heaven. And the voice in the back yelled, well, preacher, then you better start stalking trout. Oh, Uncle Jeb. He said, give up deer hunt because the deer got too dang smart. I said, you mean they outsmarted you? He said, no, they just moved to camp. You know, you're in Rabun County when the mayor, the barber, and the game warden all go to the same deer camp, and it's closed on Monday because everybody's there. Everything's closed on Monday. Is it Monday or Wednesday? Now, I remember when I was a young man, it seemed like everything was closed on Wednesday, middle of the week. Anyway, hey, listen, I talked last week about finding the old Foxfire Boys. Well, I saw something on there. Let me play something for y'all. Hang on a minute. I saw this, and this was, I think, in 2022. Old boy recorded them at the Dillard Bluegrass. So let me play a little bit of the Foxfire Boys. If y'all are out there, hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'll just play a little bit of them, and then we'll move along to something else. Let's see.
I'm gonna be there to be, Lord, Lord. I'm gonna be the death of me. Well, the captain is said to don't get me. Don't bring me a steamer around. Don't put that feature out on the line. Wanna hook that steel on down, Lord, Lord. Hook that steel on down.
Afraid I'm going to get a copyright strike, so I'm going to. Yeah, I'm afraid I get a copyright strike, but I if those guys are out there, boy, it'd be nice for them to come on and talk about when their next gigs are, and let us know where we could see them at. That's been what, 5 years ago? Well, 3 years ago. If they're still out there hammering away, y'all get in touch with us and let us know where you're playing at next. Send me a chat, one of them darned old message deals, and let me know. And I'll be more than happy to let everybody pass along when y'all are going to be at next time and playing, so we can come see you. I appreciate that, Foxfire Boys. All right, here's shout outs for this week. I don't even know what time it is. Anybody know what time of day it is? It is 6:53. And let's see here. Shout out Rabun County High School Marching Wildcats taking straight superiors at their last competition. Hey, way to make us proud, boys and girls. Appreciate y'all's, being in the band. You got to practice. You just can't pick up a horn and go out there and start doing it. You gotta know your stuff, and on top of that, you gotta march and everything else. So, way to go, boys and girls. Thank you. Make us proud. I want to thank the Stokoa Creek park volunteers for keeping our waterways clear and wild. Also, shout out to all those young hunters who bagged their first deer this week. Welcome to the tradition. Hey, let me ask y'all a question. What's your favorite fall tradition? Hunting camp, a drive through the colors, or a family gathering around the fire? I'd like to see some photos. Y'all want to share what some of your favorite times to get in? Send us some photos. Send us a write up. Send us something and tell us what your favorite times are. And man, we'll sure put it on there. We'll show you off, man. Show off your kids. Show off your hunting. Show off your property, your views. We'll show it off. Send us what you got. Anyway, we're getting close to winding down. You know what? I think last week I forgot. You know, this is a community thing. So if you've got something you want to get rid of, you've had around, you ain't got no use for it anymore, don't let it go to rust. I'm sure there's somebody in the community who could use it, whether it's an old piece of farm equipment, old hammer mill, old motor, or whatever. Here's an opportunity to post it. So if you'll send a message, you can put it in the chats right now. Say, hey, I got a 1954 Massey Ferguson I need to get shed of. It runs but needs tires. That'd work just fine. I mean, I found some old mulch hay, and I got me a disc off a disc harrow. I'm gonna make me a pan out of it. So yeah, go ahead and if you want, you got some. You want to, or if you're looking for something, say, hey, look, I need some automatic waterers for these old chickens I got running around here so I don't have to get up and go water them. Or, hey, I got this such and such, and I need this or whatever. So don't forget that aspect of us here. That's one thing that we can do. I remember years and years ago, driving the back roads. I was a pattern paper salesman, selling the old little small mom and pop manufacturing facilities all over the Southeast that made shirts or pants or whatever, and they needed pattern paper. And I learned a lot, and I'd be driving out through there early in the mornings, and the old guy be on the radio talking about they had the community for sale stuff, and so that's something I thought would be kind of interesting for us to do. Anyway, keep that in mind. Anyway, let's start signing this thing off. Remember, we're a community of like-minded people with common interest in hunting, fishing, protecting our community, culture, families, and environment. We come here and we exchange ideas, resources, and information. As the fall leaves turn and drift down these mountain hollers, remember, our roots run deep, our friendships still deeper. Now, this little broadcast is more than talk. It's a reflection of who we are, mountain people with stories, humor, and heart. Until next Thursday, friends, keep your powder dry, your lines tight, and your lanterns trimmed, and your hearts light. And this is Bubba. As always, have a grateful day. Have a grateful week. And we'll see you next Thursday at 6 o'clock, where the mountains still speak if you just take time to listen.